Hello and welcome to the CrabTales podcast. This podcast is about The Last of Us Part 2. This is the second part in a two-part series about The Last of Us Part 2, so be sure to listen to the first part before listening to this part, which is the second part. Thank you for listening.
Papito Pedu, it's CrabTales!
But that's the opening for Abby, isn't it? The zoo? And your dad's disappeared?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
The old flashback. I guess they got to set up for the next thing that happens. So we find out that
No, there's that horrible scene where I could barely watch with a fucking zebra.
you don't like
Or
the
zebra, whatever you
Zebra?
say, is stuck in the barbed wire, and it was awful. Like, how's it going to survive that?
Yeah,
and
no,
then
it'd be dead.
they're so strong, and these people have got their fingers underneath the barbed wire trying to lift it.
Yeah.
One movement, the wire would cut off your fingers and press you against. Anyway, we free it. Turns out the zebra was Abby's dad.
Plot
Do you
twist.
remember the zebra from the first game was Abby's dad? That's not a thing.
Turns out that Abby's dad is a doctor
Is that guy? The guy.
that did the thing.
Yeah.
Tried to do the thing.
Yes. The guy that
Had a splitting headache.
you can quickly slaughter. And he is begging you to stop, isn't he? Or does
I
he
think
reach
so.
for a scalpel to get you?
He does reach for a scalpel,
Yeah.
but
Just these people need to stop reaching for stuff and you wouldn't die.
yeah, that's
Give
pretty
up.
much it. So Abby's dad is the guy that was going to pretty much kill Ellie to help find a cure for the whole thing that's going on.
And he wasn't happy about it.
He
They made a point of that.
Yeah, he didn't want to have to do it, but he
Yeah.
had to do it.
But he knew it was. And then that girl said, I forgot her name as well. She's the main
Firefly.
yeah, she wants to tell Joel. She feels like Joel should know.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, Joel kills her.
So she kind of stuffed it up for everyone.
Yeah. She should have just not told Joel. Said, oh, we got the cure. Where's Ellie? Who?
She You came here alone, Joel.
That's the twist. Ellie didn't exist.
So yeah, he's the doctor that is going to kill Ellie, and then Joel kills him, but he's also Abby's dad,
Yes.
which then creates an awesome revenge story on Abby's behalf to want to kill Joel.
Yes.
And in all the time that she's getting ready to kill Joel, she decides to take steroids and gets massive.
She is getting huge.
She's very staunch.
Yes.
Um,
You don't realize at the start because she's covered in...
yeah, she's all rugged up.
Yeah. Where she looks normal there.
Yeah.
She's just a bit too big. She could have muscles, but she's massive.
She is.
She'd
Yeah,
crush Owen.
that's a lot of working out.
Yeah.
Like,
And where do you... After that, are you at the stadium? Is that the first part?
yeah, the stadium. Now that stadium is fucking awesome.
Yes.
I loved that. I love when you go on the inside, like you're in like a corporate box or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and you look out, and then it's just like the whole other side is set up with little huts and stuff, and
Yeah.
they've got fields of
So much detail.
farming, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is amazing. This is so smart for.
And then
to
you're
do.
wandering through and you're saying hi to all the people that are dead. All the people Ellie's killed are just hanging out
I'm just like,
in
hello.
the food court. And then there's
Where
that...
are you going today?
Yeah. And then there's that one girl that's your friend that has the earphones in. You're like, I remember slaughtering her by sneaking up in the water and
Oh, God.
slitting her throat.
I forgot about that.
It's like, they make a point. She's always playing that game.
Yeah.
She's not playing it anymore.
See, play video games. This is what happens.
And then the
Don't
biggest...
again, don't
What?
reach for stuff.
Yeah.
Don't try to be a hero.
Stop reaching for shit. The biggest thing that hit me is when I walked down after talking to him. Oh, yeah, you're a bit awkward with Mel as well because she's very just big bug eyes, and those bug eyes look around a lot. Like, what's her problem? Why is Mel coming in the car when there's bad people out there and she's got a big belly?
Yeah, that whole pregnant thing is like she should be locked away.
What are you doing?
It's like she's months pregnant. It's like don't.
And then you're walking through and there's a bunch of kennels. of the dogs you've been slaughtering.
Yeah. Well, you've been slaughtering. I didn't kill any.
I had to slaughter him to get the stealth through. And then one of them wants you to throw the ball. You're like, well, I can throw the ball for
Okay,
you.
Papa.
And it wants to throw it again. Like, I guess. That was fucking horrible. Seeing those dogs made me feel them. I didn't care about the
You got a
people
bit
because a
upset.
lot of them, but seeing the dogs made me feel like shit.
Only because you're a dog murderer.
Then that's when you go out in the car, and they keep saying something. What was it? Who will die may never live again. No, may your death be swift. Something.
Oh, God. What is it?
That's not may your death be swift.
No, I think it is. That's the second line.
Oh. Well, they say stuff to each other.
I don't know. May your
And they
journey
try-
be good and may your death be swift. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something like, haha, that's heroic.
And then they get ambushed by
Yeah.
the scars.
Seraphites.
We missed the scar part with Ellie. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
We met the scars earlier with Ellie, and they're fucking scary. And they whistle,
They whistle.
and they make you shit your pants because you climb up on a ledge and you get hit by an arrow.
And it, like, woof.
And they try to
It's
add
very
some mechanic
impactful.
to make you pull out the arrow.
Yeah, which I only ended up using 2 more times.
I did it twice, yeah,
Yeah.
because I was too stealthy. And yeah, and they don't use guns. Those people, they like arrows and they like pickaxes.
Yeah.
So they start attacking the. What are they using arrows to attack the car?
No, they have gun. I think. Oh,
Cheaters.
I think a few have guns.
Yeah.
Have rifles.
And there's
then
annoying
there's
car
other arrows.
sequence. The second one where you're trying to point the gun and it's fucking
You're
annoying
trying to point
shoot.
the gun. So in this game, in this post-apocalyptic game, trying to find ammo is so hard to do. It's like, and even when you find ammo, you are too full of ammo to pick up more ammo. And it's like, I've only got 6 bullets in my gun and 6 bullets out of my
Yeah.
gun. Let me pick up another 6 bullets.
But you can grab any scrap of paper and
Yeah.
just hang on to
You
it.
just keep stuffing your pockets full of all this
Yeah.
trash. And then when you're in these car scenes and you're shooting from the back of the cars, you have infinite ammo.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is like that.
It's
Whose ammo was that? Can I have some of that when I go out?
Can I have some of that infinite ammo, please?
Because I enjoyed that. So she gets ambushed, and then this game keeps going back in time. So you see like parts of Joel and Ellie when they're
Yeah.
younger.
They
Well,
go
not even that
to
younger.
the museum,
Yeah.
is it? And they make a bunch of Jurassic Park references,
Yes.
which was pretty cute.
And it was. And I had a little giggle when she's on the phone. She said, "Oh, all the dinosaurs are out." Then Joel
Yeah.
says it, "Come on."
Oh.
Oh wait, one's just turned up or
Yeah,
something.
you sneaky little. Oof.
And then we also keep jumping back with Abby seeing the relationship with Owen that they did have
Yeah.
and why it wasn't working. And then also the setup to going towards to get Joel.
Yeah.
It's all fun.
The finding the leads and the stuff.
Yeah. At what point does Yara and Lev come into it?
So when you're playing as Abby, what happens? I think you go looking for Owen. And
Yeah,
you get, and
because something happened with Owen. They think he's a traitor.
yeah, that's right. Because he kills he
Yeah.
supposedly kills. No, he does. He does kill someone.
Yeah. And they don't want you to go. The main guy, Isaac, which you see is a horrible torturer.
The main WLF.
Yeah, he doesn't want you to go because they're planning something, and he also knows.
Yeah. They're planning an attack on the Scars hideout.
Yeah,
Well, island.
and raining. Scary.
It might be
It
raining.
was raining in the game, and clickers turned up. Well, that reminds me of something as well. It pisses me off. The clickers hear you when it's raining.
That is a thing. And why do they not hear each other?
Yeah. So there's a gross scene, which is one of the scenes that came out when they were showing. No, when they were showing the game, and someone gets a hammer to where the arm joins.
Oh yeah,
And it
that's
goes
right.
smashy, 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 smash.
Yeah,
And it's very yuck.
it's lovely.
And then
So at that point, that's when Abby gets caught by the Scars,
yeah,
and she's about to get her guts.
they got someone next to her, didn't they?
Yeah, and they're about to spill her guts, and they prop her up on this stool or something.
But they're interrupted by, first of all, Yara getting pulled in. So they clip her wings, which involves breaking the arm. And as that
Shattering.
yeah.
Oof.
And then there's arrows hit the person that I think is breaking the arm.
Yeah.
And then that distracts the person that's about to gut Abby.
Yeah.
And this little ninja is running around shooting people.
Shooting people with arrows.
Yeah.
Like a madman.
Anyway, that guy comes in. That's Yara's brother.
Yep. Lev.
And then he's hesitant, but he does cut you down. And that begins... Abby's lost her stuff because they took the bag off Abby. And you're in a boxing fight with a bunch of clickers or stalkers. I think they are. Not clickers. And they're running up to you. You have the torchlight. And I really like this.
That's right, yeah.
I thought this was cool. You keep following it until they get into the next part. Then you do a bit of a fight with more stalkers. Next part. Anyway, you meet them. What are they? They've run away from the Seraphites.
So yeah,
Or the
they
Scars.
what would you call them? They're runaways.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we don't align with your ideology.
Yeah.
We're bailing.
I was like, oh, this is cool. These people are cool. I like them. You guide them through a few parts. There's one portion. Portion? Is that the word? Yeah.
Section?
Section, yeah. Where I honestly thought they ditched you when you're in that. Do you know when you fall down and you get... For some reason, you help both of them out? I thought that was odd too. You help them both out of this window. Next minute, the clickers or something.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
And
why did you help both of them? They're gonna... Of course they're gonna run away if both their friends are out there.
Hoping for the best, and then you have to face a couple waves of enemies.
And that the yucky fart enemies come in, whole bunch of shit, clickers. Then they do come back, which they are quite nice.
Yeah.
Save you, and that leads you to ditching them.
Yeah, you're like, all right, see you later, motherfuckers.
Go to the aquarium. You do tie a wooden thing to the arm.
You put a splint on the broken arm, the clipped wing.
Yep. And then you go to the aquarium, which you already got to the aquarium, but sure. We're going there again,
we'll go
I
there
guess.
again.
Different way. That's fun. There's shit there. Hook up with Owen. And then you're like, I don't care for Owen anymore. Then you leave him.
Bye, Owen.
And then the whole thing with him.
Now, when you say hook up, you fucked.
Yeah, you see a lot, and they're fucking. And
Yeah.
Owen, the only reason that Owen did his thing, he saw the Seraphites are people too,
Yeah.
and he didn't want to kill that Seraphite, and they thought
An
that
old
was
man who was ready to die. Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah, and they thought that was a sign of weakness from him, like he's given into him,
Yeah.
and he runs away after that. Anyway, Abby has a change of heart and wants to save the two people, the two Scars.
Oh, what do they call them?
What?
They call them something special.
Oh yeah,
Like deserter, but not deserter.
yeah, dessert.
Desert.
Yeah,
Desert.
they call him
Sahara.
chocolate mousse.
Ooh, tiramisu.
So at this point, you're like, oh, I guess I'm still playing Abby. Oh,
Still
cool.
playing app. Yeah, when
I'm
you think you've gone to the aquarium and you're like, oh, this is it. This
Yeah.
is we're back up to.
Yeah,
This is not it.
there's a few times you go to the aquarium and you think this is the point. And they trick you at one point. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is that point. No, it's not. They're just hiding. So, yeah, you go back, you find them. Her arm is like molten lava.
Oh yeah, it's yuck.
She's got a super ability now. She touches anything, it burns up. It was very yuck and swollen. And she knows Mel is a surgeon and was the dad's favorite student
Yeah,
or some shit like that.
not a doctor.
Yeah. Because the dad loved bug eyes.
Yeah, she's like, hey little bug eye. He was like, hey little bug eye, you come with me.
That's the eyes blinking. Nah, she's very nice, Mel.
She's a nice lady.
I didn't like Mel that much. I
Yeah,
gotta
she
be
annoyed
honest.
me, but it's probably just because she was pregnant. You know how they get.
Yeah. Yeah, so we take him back. You're like, cool. Oh, wait. We need to treat the
to
arm.
perform surgery.
We need to go out to the hospital.
Yeah, we need to go grab some sage or something.
There's a lot of fetching in
Yeah,
this.
it's like, that's crazy that we've been to the hospital. We're going back.
Yeah.
Can't wait. But then you take the sky bridges.
Yeah.
So you have to work your way up this building. Two buildings.
It's a shortcut.
You have to
it
go.
only takes an hour.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
And so something that they did really well, which, did you notice it, the vertigo thing?
No.
So Abby is scared of heights. And if you look over an edge or like at something, if you look down, the screen shifts and it pushes the ground, like you can see it pushes the ground further away. And like the way they do it, I don't know how they do it.
I didn't even notice that for some reason.
If you play it again, check that out. It's like, that's pretty cool. I had this weird fascination with trying to kill my characters at certain points. So I was like...
It's a Tomb Raider thing, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So there was a few parts, I think, with Abby. I had her fall from a few heights. There's one where she, like... I did it twice in this one spot for some reason, where she falls and they have this animation where they hit the ground and then it cuts to black, but like they land face down. They're not making it. But there was another one which was really cool where I fell off the edge and then the screen cut and I was like, oh, is that it? And then it pops back and it's underwater and then it has a body fall into the water and hit its head on a rock.
Jeez.
And then you see a bit of blood and then it cuts and you're like, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
But
there's a few secret little death things in there. They're thinking ahead. I forgot to mention, this is quickly to cut it in what we're doing. When you're hanging out with Abby, you also have a dog companion.
Alice.
And you see her at the aquarium and she's got a little bed and stuff, a little squeaky toy.
Lovely little squeaky toy.
There's one scene where they're trying to... Owen's trying to tell you something. You're going... And the game lets you hold it for so long and squeak it. It's like a little squid.
Yeah.
It's squeaking it for ages. Yeah. I just wanted to point out that little... And then you start remembering when you were playing as Ellie that you slaughtered a dog when you went to the aquarium.
You killed a certain dog at the aquarium.
So that's fun to know. That dog at some point is going to get slaughtered. Anyway, back to where the happy part we're at. Going to the hospital.
Yeah, the hospital.
Takes a long time.
Takes a long time. Then you finally get there.
I got sick. The whole game I was doing stealth. And at this point I started to get sick of doing stealth. And there's a point in the hospital, not the hospital, sorry, in the skyscraper where the top of it looks like the Scars building. And it's all wood and they've made ladders and stuff. And I got to that room and I got through the door and there were a bunch of Scars. I'm like, I'm over this now. So I just sprinted straight. I killed one of them and sprinted the rest.
Yeah.
So this is pissing me off. There's two, like, it gets to that point. It reminds me of Uncharted where they keep adding rooms of people. And
just for the sake of prolonging the game.
And to make it, I wouldn't care. I know it's not a game like that. I don't want to have to verse that many people. And then later on, I stopped doing stealth too. Abby's different. Abby's not like Ellie. She's not stealth anymore.
She's just rough as guts.
And then you make it to the hospital, and all the people I slaughtered as Ellie before when I woke up, and there's a dog, and I went and pat the dog, and you can also, you can't throw the ball for it, but you can pat it because it's on the leash, and you talk to that guy that's holding the dog. You can go in the little tent where I slaughtered them all earlier.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. How are you doing, my friends?
I just get this memory of killing all these people that are nice to Abby. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter because they turn on Abby. They try to lock her up because Isaac wants her back.
Yeah.
And that means she can't get the stuff for Yara, whose arm, they have a word for it, but the body is like rejecting the arm because it's so yuck.
Oh, what's the word?
I thought it was like separation, something.
Yeah.
But Nora saves you.
It's going to turn gangrenous.
Yeah. Nora's a good bitch and saves you.
Yep.
And she knows you ran away from Isaac, but she's fine with that. And she knows underneath the place, which is, what do they call it when it's the first place? Something zero? Is it
Ground zero?
That's where the first infected were. So it's not safe down there. And they haven't cleared all the medical supplies to save Yara.
Yeah.
So you go down there, and I really like this portion of the game.
You liked it?
Yes. It gets a bit horror-ish.
It does.
You can hear the creature.
It gets a bit spooky.
Yeah. You were playing without the headset, but when
That
you
is true.
get to the door where that big... something's in there. Who knows? You can hear it gurgling in there. You're like, what is in that? So you need to turn the power on to get in there to save your buddies. Or you save Yara.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it gets... Actually, yeah, now that I remember, it does get a bit horror-y.
Yeah.
There's a few jump scares
Yeah,
leading
yeah,
up
there
to
is.
everything.
Yep. And so get down there. You get into the ambulance. You check the first aid, nothing in there. Second one, all the stuff's in there. Yes. Then it cuts, so you can't control it anymore, and something's dragging past the side of the ambulance. And then that scared you, didn't it?
Yeah. Just thinking about it then scared me.
It looks in at the end of the ambulance and just screams.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of clickers and stuff all molded together in this fat little ball thing. And then you start sprinting for your fucking life. So what do we have to say about this part?
Not a fan of bullet sponges.
Yeah.
Especially when they don't have a health bar.
I just want to quickly add, the name of it is the Rat King.
The Rat King.
Yes.
Okay.
It's in the models called that.
Huh.
Mm.
Wait, in the game? That's cool.
Yeah.
So in the extras, there's models that you can buy with a currency that I don't know how you get it.
It's from playing the game. Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? Like, why do I have to buy stuff that's not even better? It's not like cosmetic. It's just me looking.
Yeah, so you fight a boss, run around a bunch. Well, I ran around a bunch. Shot it, used a lot of ammo trying to kill this thing.
He breaks walls and shit.
Yep, he breaks walls. I died several times. And finally beat it. And it's like, but it's a thing that annoys me where they don't tell you how much damage you're doing. I'm just going to liken this to Doom. When you shoot something in Doom, bits fall off of it. You know how much damage you're doing to it. This thing, nothing.
It wasn't
changed.
Visually injured.
No.
It wasn't bleeding or anything. The only thing that happens, you get to a certain point because one of the clickers rips off it.
Yeah, it's like a halfway checkpoint sort of thing.
Yeah. And that one runs away off into one of the rooms. Which I'm assuming is supposed to attack you during the fight, but I never went near the room where it ran to.
I think it doesn't come for you later after you've finished.
Following it, aren't you? Yeah, so it does run away. And that's like an armoured clicker.
Which is weird. Why would it run away?
Yeah, well, that would have been awful. Imagine like the hardest mode where multiple are ripping off it. Yeah,
that would be yuck.
But I did like it. It was something different. You think you've seen all the infected at this point, and then that surprised me. What the hell? I had a smile fighting that because I enjoyed that part. I really liked that whole hospital underground portion.
And then what happens? You just get... So it does a thing, right? Where it's like, you got to make your way to a place. You have to work for it heaps. You get whatever you need from the place, and then it just teleports you back to your starting location for the rest of the story.
One
Didn't it?
You had to go through the underground part. Remember you got stuck because you didn't know you had to go through the car?
No, but like
you went a different way.
Yeah, but so you exit. So that's pretty much you exit the underground car park.
Yeah.
And then it's like you don't have to work your way back to the aquarium.
Which I like. That part. Yeah. So I thought you meant you were talking about going back through the level to get out, which they always have a different way. They don't. Not often do they reuse shit, except for the parts where Abby went to the same place as Ellie was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That they do need more skipping though. I don't like the traveling back. I get it.
It's
cut more.
I understand that your game is pretty,
yeah,
but like maybe I don't want to say this because it'd just take away from it. Have two different kinds of games.
Yeah.
Or have it like I want to play the cinematic version or I want to play the gameplay heavy version.
Yeah.
Especially with a game like this.
I don't think it's realistic to have that many people. Like, when you head back to get Yara and Lev the first time, you retread the same area that had infected, but now it has the Seraphite people.
Yeah, it has the people hunting for those two.
Which I wish it just had a cutscene of me seeing a few. Maybe I kill one, and then I'm back to... I had to retread there.
Yeah.
Which they don't do that often, but I don't like... Just cut. More cutting. This is also when you get back to the aquarium. and you think Ellie's been through there.
Yeah.
Which would have been fucked because that means
back
Yara was there on the bed.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was ready for that too. But anyway,
And
it's
then-
fine, isn't it? It's all good. This gets to a point which really pissed me off in the game. You get back Yara's arm. At this point, after all they showed, I thought we were going to see the entire fucking operation on her arm. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
The next minute, Yara's going, I'm okay now.
Yeah, she is. She's like, where's Lev? He's hiding.
And then now let's go for a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's run away. He's taking the fucking boat.
Yeah, he's going to go back to the island to try and convince his mum to join them in running away.
And in real life, like, out loud, I said, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's like...
I don't care
it's
about
just getting
this.
tedious
Yeah.
at that point.
Stop running away. Stop retreading all this shit. It's such a, like... To me, this part was so... It didn't need to be in the game. Who gives
No.
a fuck?
But if it did, they didn't need to make it as... Like... It gives it... But actually, no, it doesn't really. It puts you on the island. It fulfills a thing from earlier in the game where it's like Isaac's coming to attack that island.
Yeah.
So they put Abby on that island when the attack happens.
Yeah.
So it's like it.
But to me, and I found out later, because it just... When I was playing it, all I could think of was, they've made this island, and they didn't know where to sit it. So they've just shoved it in here. That's all I could think of. It looks... This game tricks you because it's like really good looking in that. You're like, oh, that was a cool section. But it didn't need to be in the game.
Yeah.
All of that shit didn't need to be. And then I found out later that originally Ellie was going to go to the island for some reason. So they did make it.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
I didn't.
So
Yeah,
they
fuck,
just had to figure out a way to put it in.
that part just pissed me off.
So you get there, you find Lev.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're getting attacked, so the back part where you snuck into the island is evacuating because the wolves are attacking.
That's right, yeah. So everything's gone in like lockdown, but
Yeah.
you can just sneak your way through,
Yeah.
killing a few Seraphites along the way.
It's not too many. Not
No,
too bad.
no,
There is
it's,
that...
you can pretty much skip a whole bunch
Yeah.
of them. I think it was like
And then
3 I
that-
had to.
I didn't like that cornfield part. I walked out. There's that big-ass woman with the pickaxe. So I tried to get her. Because she walked up a certain way, I couldn't get the jump on her. That she turned around and saw me. That ruined that entire part for me. Actually, this reminds me as well, when I do the stealth, as soon as I killed everything in the area, I look around the area, then I realize they thought I was going to go in all these places. But the way my stealth went, every time I killed someone, one of those people would walk towards me. So I never explored the area
Yeah.
because of the way their mechanics were. Where it should have been me
Unfortunate.
running around in all these different portions of the game, like sections, and exploring it. And that part was exactly the same. That was one of the things I wish I stealth. But they're shooting me through the cornfields and shit. And
Now,
really annoying.
I didn't really take much note. Can you, if you get seen, can you go back into hiding again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite fast. They give up on you. She's gone. Keep searching. Then that's it. They basically... They changed their path, but they are looking for you.
Then you get through that bit. So it's you and Yara. You're looking for Lev.
Yeah.
And then Yara's like, we got to go to Mum's house. You get to Mum's house, and there's a body.
Yeah.
Whose body is it? It's Mummy.
Yay! Mum's here.
Mum's here.
Watch out! Mum's here, guys.
Why has she spilt all that jam out of her head?
We don't eat jam.
We don't have jam here.
Lev's in the corner.
Lev's in the corner crying. Mum's fallen over, split her skull.
Yeah.
Well, Lev pushed her over because he's a murderer.
I think the mum tried to attack Lev.
Yeah. She was trying to cut him, I believe.
So anyway, this fucking side plot that wasted my time.
Wasted your time. It's about to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
But, so it's a thing where, is it? So then Yara takes the lead.
Yeah.
And it's you three just running. And she's like, come, quick this way, across this way, under this alley, through this alley, under the truck. And it's like, stop saying all this shit that's obvious. It's like, just go that way.
Yeah, I know.
And
there's some points they want that person to go first, and that annoys me as well.
Yeah.
It happened a few times with Dina. Dina has to go first.
Yeah, you're
I'm
stuck
already
there.
here.
It's like, I just want, and it's like, climb that ladder, and she starts climbing. You're like, for fuck's sake. But then something happens where, is it Yara climbs through something first, and then you and Lev go through also.
Yeah.
And then Yara gets
Hit to the floor.
she gets shot, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And she falls.
And your boy's here.
And then, she gets shot, fall, and then you're like, hey, help her out. And then you go to run, but, you get all the people put their guns to you and Lev.
Yeah.
You being Abby. And then your boy Isaac rocks up, and he's like, what are you doing with that kid, Abby? And she's like, he's not a scar. And,
But not once did those two, like Yara or Lev, change their clothes to not look like scars.
yeah, which probably would have been a really smart idea.
Just put normal clothes on, guys.
Yeah. And then you think Abby's about to get shot in the face, and young Yara decides to wake up from death and shoot Isaac in the side of the head.
Slaughtered him, yep. And that gives them the chance to get away.
Gives them a chance to get away. Now, I was a bit disturbed about how many bullets got put into Yara's body after she shot Isaac. Like, there was a lot.
She has one arm. She's dead,
Yeah.
all right? Stop it.
That body was shaking, though. It was like, doof, 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 doof. And I was like, ooh. So they ran. Lev would be so, like, distraught from that.
fucked
Hey?
up.
That would mess you up. And then they run. And then they have to make their way to the docks. And turns out the docks are in, like, the main city on their island.
Yeah, this is the game's fun thing where everything's fucking far away.
Yeah. Nothing can ever be simple.
The fire looks pretty. All of that's pretty in there. You're kind of intervening between the fight between the scars and the wolves. You finally get on a horse. You're riding the horse. Yay, horses are back.
Yay. Nay.
Traumatized from what happened to Shimmer.
Bring that
whatever.
up again.
And then you have a yucky fight against a guy with a pickaxe.
Ooh, yeah.
And you're pulling on his cut lip and yanking that thing, that jaw, ripping it.
Turned into the Joker pretty much.
Yeah. And that's fresh. That meat is freshly cut.
He
you
would
can
be
see
gushing. There would be so much blood
Yeah, I
coming
know.
out of that.
Anyway, that was yuck. You finally get off the island. And that waste of time is done. And this is where you're going back to the aquarium once more.
Once again.
Yes.
Back to the aquarium. I'm ready for nothing to be happening. You walk in, you see some corpses.
And you don't get much of a reaction, do you? Because it cuts.
It doesn't cut.
Oh, no, you find the map.
Yeah, Lev picks up the map and
Why
goes,
the fuck did she leave the map
hey.
there?
Yeah, she was distraught after murdering a pregnant woman.
Also,
Ellie was distraught.
earlier you find the map randomly in a bus thing. Or it's like some kind of toll booth.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't find that map? Does Dana just have it and give it to you?
Don't know.
Or does it prompt you to find it? I was just wondering on the second playthrough.
Maybe.
I didn't grab it. Because then the
you
entire
have to
plot
wait- yeah,
later on,
everything just
Abby
falls
never
apart.
finds you. So yeah, Abby knows you're at the theatre, which is obviously why that thing happened when she caught whatever. Tommy.
Then, yeah, so it cuts back to that, and she tells Ellie to throw her gun down.
But you also find out Lev's there. You couldn't see
yeah.
Lev before.
Yeah,
Lev's got an arrow to one of them, so she's got backup.
Yeah. She's not a lone wolf like you may have thought at first.
And I'm at this point thinking, don't you fucking shoot Ellie. I've played you.
I was so ready for it.
Yeah.
I was like, do it.
And it was,
Do it.
you wanted it to
End
happen.
everything now.
Oh.
Shoot her. Shoot her.
Who? Abby to kill Ellie.
Yeah, why not? I was annoyed at that part because it's like when they loaded me in as playing Abby, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not here to play Abby. I'm here to play Ellie.
And then I even said out loud, I don't want to kill Ellie. And you're making me chase her down.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, the worst part I thought was obviously they're not going to kill Ellie. Why the fuck am I chasing it? Like you're setting me up to fail.
Yeah.
It's like,
But the more I played that, the more I thought I was going to kill Ellie. Even
Really?
you have that boss fight against Ellie.
Yeah.
And that was pissing me off. I even tried at one point to just let Abby die, and maybe that's what they wanted you to do, and then that cuts. No,
Nope.
you had to beat Ellie.
But we'll go back a little bit. So you tell Abby Abby tells Ellie to throw the gun away, and then Tommy pipes up and he tries to wrestle with Abby.
Yeah,
He cops an arrow, falls over.
in the head.
He cops the arrow in the leg, and then he gets shot in the head.
That's right. Yes.
Now, the way he got shot, because usually, like, it seems that whenever they want to kill someone, they shoot them. You see a hole in their head.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like, I guess they did it for the reason that Tommy doesn't die.
Yeah.
She shoots him in the side of the head, and it's like you don't see any hole, you just see blood splatter.
But you didn't see the hole for Jesse, did you?
Yeah, you see his fucking head open,
Oh,
and then
okay.
when you're ducked down, you look across as Ellie, and you see it's got a massive hole.
Yeah.
And it's like subtle things where it's like, well,
I didn't think of that.
I don't think Tommy's dead from that.
I assumed he was. That's Tommy. That's Jesse.
Yeah, but also, for them to cast him aside just like that, it's like they gave Jesse this scene where he's like, oh my God, he just fucking died, to Tommy's just, he's dead.
Yeah, true.
It's
They
like,
didn't make a
come
point
on.
of it.
So you chase Ellie down, you have this stealth scene fight.
It turns out that area that looked conveniently like a fighting area,
like a little
was
place.
a fighting area.
You have a fight in there.
And she's basically plays how you play Ellie,
Yeah.
but in a stealth way, where she's sneaking around and she's dropping bombs
I
everywhere.
think that's her third phase. So you have to as Abby, you have to attack her from the back, because if you try and overpower her with your awesome strength, you can't, because
and Ellie's a twig.
it just doesn't make sense. But also, it's like a thing where it's like the game should roll credits if you die in that scene.
Yeah.
It's like, these are the two people. This is the reason why we're playing this game, apparently.
Yeah.
And if you die, it's
I
like,
thought that'd be cool
restart.
if they did that thing. There.
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay.
Imagine that. Imagine how many people would not get the ending, like the whole ending, if they died there.
Yeah.
That would be.
You do that, then you'd go to a cutscene of Ellie just pulling out the machete out of Abby, and then continue on the story from Ellie's thing, where like more, not roll credits, but have more there, and then that ends.
Yeah.
But then you still have Lev, who's around. Anyway, you finally get to the point where you grab Ellie and you're beating her face up,
you're
aren't you?
smashing her face in.
And that's another point I stopped clicking the button. I'm like, can I just stop clicking the button? Ellie overpowers me? Nah.
No,
You have to do it.
it keeps happening.
And then Dina finally pulls Abby off Ellie.
Yep.
And then I think Abby's about to kill Dina. Then Ellie says she's pregnant. And
Yeah.
Abby says, good.
Yeah, she's like, good, and she's about to cut the throat, and then Lev goes, Abby, don't.
Yeah.
And then Abby apparently has a change of heart, and it's like, all of a sudden, all my friends' deaths are fine.
Yeah. Can I make a quick point about Abby, though? Ellie went to kill Abby and slaughtered Neron. But I don't know, you have to slaughter some people. She slaughtered a lot. Abby went to kill Joel and only killed Joel. Didn't slaughter all the people doing patrols, didn't even kill Ellie, who said she's going to kill her.
Yeah.
That's just a bit of a difference there with the two. But also in that point, the friend group, they do think Abby's a bit crazy and they don't like what she did to Joel as well.
No.
They're making a point of that through the whole thing.
Yeah, they keep talking about it, bringing it up.
And Owen's really nice. The one you killed before is actually nice. And he's one of the people that say, don't kill Ellie. And then went to grab something. Probably wasn't even going to kill Ellie. Just get the gun off her in that other part.
He probably would have talked her out of, been like, hey, let's talk about this.
Because they wanted to run away to... Were they going to Santa Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was their little plot.
So Abby says, if I ever see you again, I'll kill you.
No, don't ever let me see you again.
Yes.
Which I thought it's a weird line. Like, I was thinking about, don't ever let me see you again.
Yeah. So you can sneak up and kill me, but don't let me see you as you do it.
Don't let me see you kill me.
So this is where the game's ending. I winked. I winked at Bryce.
That was a hell loud wink.
No, it was my Malcolm.
Okay.
my wet, moist lips thinking about that bloody
Clapping.
fight I just witnessed.
So yeah, you think the game's ended because Ellie got her ass handed to her. Dina is still alive. She didn't get murdered. She had a little arrow wound though. And it cuts to, I don't know, a year later.
Yeah. It's a beautiful farm.
And it's a lovely little farm. And you're
You're
like,
just wandering around. There's
you're
a
like-
baby.
there's a little bubble.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, this is the end? Okay, this is a weird thing to end on.
But it's kind of a nice ending as
It's
well.
a nice ending, which would like, it was, yeah.
Yeah. Can I make a point? And are you ever going to play Uncharted?
No.
Okay. So spoilers for Uncharted, the final one.
Yep. You got 10 seconds. Go.
No, the daughter wakes up and she's looking around the house and she's seeing all the stuff that Nathan did and the wife, who's the other character. And that is the ending. You're just exploring parts around the house, talking, and then I think you go out there and see your dad in that, and then that's the way it ends. So I thought, okay, they're doing a similar thing.
Classic Naughty Dog.
Yeah, it's a nice ending for Ellie. She doesn't need a revenge. She doesn't need to kill Abby. That's not bringing Joel back.
Yeah. Maybe she's realized something.
Yeah. Then you round. Is that the word?
Rounding.
Rounding up all the little sheep and the little baby. Then I thought there was going to be a clicker in the barn.
Yeah, I thought like maybe Abby's pissed off now and she's come back.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for.
But she gets a flashback and she's running down the hallway where you originally ran to.
Some heavy PTSD.
Yes.
Like brutal.
And the hallway's going for ages, isn't it? Then you finally get down. It's longer than it was. And you see Joel. You see Joel die again?
You see him on the floor and it cuts to his face quick.
Yes. And then she finally comes back. Dina's holding her and she's like, it's okay. Anyway, I remember we skipped the Tommy sniper part, but that's all right.
Tommy's sniper. Tommy's a sniper.
Yeah, that was in the 10 hours we had to play with Abby, so there's a lot in there that we could have missed.
If he shoots you when you're in the open, you get stun locked. And well, in my experience, you get stun locked and die.
Did you try to look at him?
Yeah.
With
a
the
lot.
scope?
Yeah.
So you can't, can you? Because he
can't.
hits you no matter where you try to look at him.
So he'll shoot and you go, all right, pop out.
Yeah.
No, he's already put 2 more rounds into you.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
They do
There's a
not
lot
let
of
you.
rounds. That's why you can't find any when you're searching.
Yeah.
He's taking them.
Which is another thing with Ellie. I was at, when you first chase her as Abby out of the theater, she is on the stage and you're at the back of the theater at the top of the stairs. And she shoots at you a couple times, then goes to run. When she did that, I stood up and I shot her 3 times. There's blood all on the floor.
Yeah.
But it's like nothing, like, it's like you give me the ability to shoot her, but I can't do anything.
Yeah, it's not
with
going
it.
to interfere or change the whole scene. Yeah. Not like GTA or something where it could end it. So anyway, we get Tommy turns up at the farm.
Tommy's like, how you doing, girls?
And then I was surprised. I'm like, Tommy's alive? Which you weren't surprised
No,
because
I
you didn't
wasn't
see his
surprised,
body.
no. And also that's the part where it also came up with his name when he's talking.
Oh,
So I was
damn.
like, oh, that's easy.
Yeah. So it looks like Ellie's hesitating. She pretends she was trying to hunt rabbits for ages. She was hesitating to see Tommy because she didn't want to.
She didn't know he was there. Because she asked, who's here?
Oh, I thought she was
When she
hesitating.
rocks
She
up.
didn't want to see him. It's like, oh, you've been out for a while or something. Or is that the following day? Anyway, who cares?
Anyway.
Tommy knows where Abby is now. I make a point. I had to be. Someone told me. Oh no, we'll bring it up anyway because Tommy can't. He's obviously injured and he limps in, and he knows where Abby is because someone spotted her and her boy or something, and a child. They knew that had to be them, but Tommy can't do it himself. Otherwise, he would. Also, Tommy. Yeah, this is the point someone made. He's lost his eye, which he's a sniper. So he can't snipe.
He can't even do that.
So he's kind of lost his main thing
That's
that he was.
rough.
Yeah. And yeah, what's the next part? Dina doesn't want.
Dina's like, no revenge
We're
and
over
whatever.
that. Yep. And I was like, cool. That's a good idea, Dina. We don't need revenge on Abby. This is where it's going to
fine.
end.
We called it.
Yeah, we've
ages
played it for
ago.
ages. There can't be anything after this. Well, there's something after this. Did you want her
Spoil
to
it.
leave? That pissed me off when she's packing a bag. I'm like, just fucking don't pack it.
Well, it's like I knew you knew it was gonna happen.
Fuck.
It's like, yeah, don't. Why would you? At that point, it's like, what's revenge gonna get you at that point? Especially when you get your ass beat and you murdered all her friends.
Yeah.
It's like, you're the bad guy.
Yeah, you're becoming the bad person. She left you twice.
Yeah. She didn't kill you
Fuck.
twice.
So we cut across back to Abby after Ellie leaves.
Yep.
And there's a whole new environment and it looks really cool. And it's
kinda
nice and warm.
It's kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I like the relationship that Lev and Abby grew, like, that they had. And they're like, we're best buds.
Yeah.
And so you're looking for you got word of a Firefly base.
Yeah. But you keep seeing another symbol around the Rattlers,
Yeah, the Rattlers.
which looks like the Voldemort symbol. Like a
It
skull
does.
and a snake.
A sneaky little
That
snake.
was in the air.
Yep.
So yeah, she gets caught by the Rattlers. Surprise. She does know where the Fireflies are now. And she says there's 2 more recruits or whatever coming towards you. Then she's caught by... What
Now,
did you call
do you reckon
them?
that was set up?
You reckon that wasn't them? I think it is them.
Do you think... Wait, you think...
I think that was the Fireflies she was talking to.
Okay.
But the other
then
guys knew
just
maybe they were
got
following her.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, she gets caught by the Rattlers and... What do you call them? American Chopper.
Oh, yeah, the American chopper guy.
Yeah. Don't you reckon, like, the whole game, everything looks realistic? They look like cartoon characters. Like, the way they're designed. They obviously look like real people, but
They're from California.
one's massive and fat and got this handlebar mustache or something. Yeah. So that cuts. Then you cut back to Ellie.
Now, Ellie's in Santa Barbara.
She has a pretty beach and she finds the yacht. Oh, it starts with in the yacht. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
you're looking through all
Abby's
the shit.
yacht.
Yeah.
Did you go and try to swim out in the water?
No.
I did.
I had to go.
You just go for a bit and then
And then a
think-
clicker shark comes
No,
out.
there's one way it pushes you back. I can't remember what it does. It doesn't let you go out.
Like
you can
waves?
You can't actually swim. It's like knee high. Then it's something, that tells you to come back. So I explored all that because I thought there might be a collectible. Looks pretty. Whole place looks pretty. Sneaking up was cool. I was like a pro sneaker at that point.
Yep.
It has the stalkers that pissed me off, but that's
It
another thing.
happens.
And then we get to a plantation where they've got...
We get trapped first.
Yes, oh, I skipped that. Yep.
Yep. So you're walking along and next minute it goes ping 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 whoop. And you're
Yeah.
hanging upside
So
down.
you dumb fucking idiot. Do you not look for that?
That's right. And she gets impaled.
Yeah, she gets a
on that.
spike.
Did you notice the trees?
No.
They're all gum trees.
So, wait, so I thought they were gum trees, and I even stopped to look at the leaves, but the leaves weren't gum trees. Just
yeah,
the,
they didn't. The bark on it.
yeah,
was,
yeah. That's the thing, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
And that caused them a lot of grief. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
there was a fire,
unfortunately.
and it spread because of the gum trees.
Yeah,
and
because
the
they're
oil.
incredibly flammable.
Yeah. Okay, so that's cool because I hadn't seen anything like that where the bark is kind of coming off on gum trees.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I really like that. That made me happy. So yeah, that happens. You get impaled. You bleed a little bit.
And it's like a day later. Those
Yeah.
people.
Cuts to
The
either
two
later that
cartoon
day or
people.
the next day. You're covered in blood and hanging upside down. Chopper and his sidekick come in and they're like, cut her down. They cut you down. They're going to feed you. One of them's like, I'm going to feed her to this other clicker that's hanging upside down.
Yeah.
And then you feed him to that clicker.
Yeah.
He fucks up so good. Then you take his gun, shoot the other guy.
And they give you a new weapon for some reason.
Some fancy new weapon in the last, spoiler, 10 minutes of the game.
It goes. That's the way it shoots.
I really wish that they let you put it on single fire.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
Because if it's silence, when are you ever going to use it like you're mowing down people?
Yeah.
It's Uzi, isn't it? Is it something else?
It's a submachine gun, so yeah.
And people wear helmets now.
People,
when you're sneaking
all
out.
of a sudden it's like you got these level 3 bloody humans.
Oh, you got bitten by the clicker, by the way.
You did get bit by the
It bit
clicker.
your hand. Or the arm. I think it was the hand there.
Yeah, not that it matters because you're Ellie, but you did get bit.
Plot point.
Plot point.
Now we're at the plantation.
Now we're at the
Where
plantation.
they torment the infected and they tie them to chains.
In pools, usually.
Yes, and you can shoot the chains and they can run
You can
around.
shoot the chains?
Did you not do that?
I was walking
That's
up to
the
him.
whole
I was
point.
walking up to him, and you can let him
Oh,
go. By
You can shoot it with the silence gun and then it
Oh.
attacks. That's for the stealth.
I was sneaking up and just going. Shing,
Oh,
and
I
letting
didn't know
them
you
go.
could do that.
Ah,
So you can't sleep the people, because I was doing the stealth, I wanted to sleep them. I'd never thought. No, because you don't have a. Okay, I was going full dumb. You don't have a sleep dart. I assumed that gun was but you can just grab them and
sleep
shut
dart,
up.
a silence pistol.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So you can't hit him in the head to get him out one
No.
shot. You need to do the
Takes
other
2 or
stuff.
3 shots, unfortunately.
Well, I didn't know. I just grabbed him from behind. And that place looked cool. All of that area looks cool in Santa Barbara. Really awesome. And then you go for your... What?
Sorry, I just had this bit where I caused the hell commotion outside, and I snuck inside and I hid behind this bed. 2 people ran past me, and then a third one came in, stood in a doorway. Another one came in behind them and stopped. And then the guy in the doorway turned, like I'd laid down at this point behind this bed. He turned around, and he just and all you hear is, and he just looks at me. Hey, there she is! And I was like, fuck.
So there's 4 fucking idiots who can't even see you except for him.
Except for him.
Employee of the month.
Top bloke. He died.
Yeah. But there's just 2 areas in that. That part looks cool.
Yeah.
It's some mansion place where they've just taken over and they torture the people in there. They have them hostage. Rattlers are really nice. I don't know why they're not.
Fucks.
Why aren't they joining the
Oh.
Rattlers?
How good was it though when you unleashed that first guy? He's like tormenting him.
Yeah, it has a name, doesn't it? He's like, I told him I would do
Yeah.
this.
Told you not to go, Gary.
Yeah.
Or something.
So that's a person that was alive.
Yeah, I thought that they were, for some reason, when I first
That
saw
was
them,
a
I
human,
thought,
I thought it was as well. I thought it was a crazy dude.
And then, oh, wait. And let him go. Now, the thing is like, so I let it go. It ran in there. There's a guy standing on top of like a sea container or something. He jumps down and they all like hell commotion, and then they kill it. And then he's like, all right, back to where I was. It's like,
So don't you wonder how that got off?
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and then you finally get to a cell.
There's a bunch of people in there.
Yeah. And then, you take out one of them, you're having a wrestle, and the other people grab the second guard somehow. I can't remember why they grab him.
Oh,
He's
no.
near them.
I think you wrestle with that guard and you
Oh, you
push,
push
them,
him across, yeah.
and then they grab him. What do they do to him?
They choke him out or some shit.
Is it just choking? I
Yeah.
thought it was more violent.
Because they get the keys and they unlock themselves.
Yeah. And then for some reason, you keep all your guns where your prisoners are.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
that's
fuck
right.
is that about?
That part is kind of like, I feel like Ellie should have freed them, and then they'll have more reason to not, because they don't know who Ellie is. They just know the guard tried to grab her, and then they're saying, they're like, "Oh, she's been bitten. Let's kill her."
Oh, yeah. They just pull guns on her straight away. It's
what
like,
the fuck?
I just helped you and you guys are being pricks.
But those people let them know that Abby tried to get away, and they're near
Yeah.
the beach, probably on the
Down
pillars.
the pillars.
Yeah.
You'll see them. And then
And
you
you
go,
do.
and then you go for a short walk down to the. Now you stumble down there, like
Yeah.
they make a point of going. You're really hurt.
Like the tree, the thing you got hit with the tree
Yeah.
is just kicking in now.
But
Even
you've
though before you didn't give a
yeah,
fuck.
and you've stitched it all up, and
Yeah.
it looks all neat. But no, you're in pain.
Then you find, just skip forward. You can look at a few people, but you finally
Yeah, you find.
you cut down Abby, and she goes over and frees Lev,
Yep.
and then they tell you there's a boat this way.
But also, at this point, Abby is no longer a big girl. She's
Yeah.
got no muscle.
She's been starved,
She's about the same size as Ellie.
and they've cut her hair off. She's
doesn't look.
unrecognizable.
I could not. I
Yeah.
still can't see it.
No,
It's
I
like-
don't think it looks realistic that she could look like that at that point.
Yeah.
That to me, that looked like uncanny valley type thing. Where that before she looked real, that didn't look real to
No.
me.
Um.
And Ellie just can't let it go.
So yeah, there's 2 boats there. They're gonna take their boat. Ellie's gonna take her boat.
And she let her Ellie there. She knew. She knows it's Ellie.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, there's boats this way." She leads her there.
Yeah.
And then Ellie's about to let her go, isn't she? And then she's like, "Nah, I can't."
Yeah. And then Abby's like, I told you to never let me see you again. Let you see me. Wait. Nah, she doesn't say that at all. Anyways, so Ellie.
She doesn't make a point of what she said earlier.
Yeah. So Ellie is like, no, we got to do this.
I would have been happy to just let Abby go off on the boat and I go off on the boat at this point. But this game doesn't like you to
because it's
having
like,
happy time.
At that point, it's like you've
You've
redeemed yourself so hard with that, Ellie. It's like, feel good about what you've done. That you've like.
And she's been tortured. Look at Abby. She's been tortured.
She's had it rough. All her friends are dead.
Yeah.
She's been tortured.
Yeah.
She's not having a great time. Yet you have to be a fucking child about it. And you decide to challenge her to a fist fight, even though you've brought a knife to this fist fight.
You're cheating straight away.
Yeah.
And every slash you do, you can see it on her body. You're going, eat.
Now, I don't think Abby would not have been able to fight at all.
No.
With how, like, her skin would be so blistered from the sun, she'd be dehydrated.
And her arms have been above her head for who knows how long. They would be so weak. But she does it to help Lev.
Yep. Getting a big kerfuffle, little cat fight. And
she gets the knife off you, doesn't she? Does she bite your fingers at that point?
So she wrestles the knife from you. I think it goes flying.
Yeah.
And then you go to hold her under the water and she bites your fingers off?
That's actually... Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you fight again.
Yeah.
Then you finally get to hold her. This was another point where I let the controller go because I wanted to see if you can just let Abby come up and then it ends there. No. Abby comes up. You have to punch her to get her to go down again. Then you grab her in that position one more time.
And you have to keep...
fuck's sake.
Keep taka.
And then she bit 2 fingers off.
She bit 2 fingers off. And I feel that they could have animated it a bit better, but you know...
I didn't think they were bitten. They were bitten off. I thought they were just bitten.
Yeah.
And then...
It's not too late. Yeah.
She's also been... I can't remember if it's the same hand where she's got the clicker bite. Does that mean anything? If she's if Abby's biting that part, does that mean? Probably not.
Probably not.
What was the point of the clicker part? That she had that bite. Well, did they have a purpose?
No, I don't think so.
Except for those people going to kill her, then they didn't.
Unless it's going to be a part 3 thing. It's like, hey, you've got scars from being bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also missing 2 fingers.
I kind of thought it was going to get to the end. They're like, you are not immune. They're like, what? And then Ellie does it. Nothing means anything.
That'll be something.
So she looks at Lev, doesn't she, Ellie, when she's drowning Abby.
I was waiting for Lev to get up
and grab her.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, is this how it's gonna? This how it's gonna?"
But he's too weak.
Yeah, and then nothing.
So you finally let her go. You let her get up. She doesn't question it, does she? She just gets on the boat and goes off.
And she leaves after nearly getting drowned.
Yeah,
brutally.
But supposedly with this is a full-on, a never-ending cycle. Abby kills Joel, so Ellie goes to kill Abby.
No, Joel kills...
Yeah, the dad.
Dad.
So they get revenge. Then Ellie would kill Abby, so Lev comes to kill Ellie, which makes Lev the Ellie in this situation. Joel is the Abby, and then
JJ, which is the baby...
goes
to kill
is that actually his
Lev.
Name?
Yeah.
So JJ goes to kill them all. No, Dina dies. JJ goes to it's so
what a mess.
But
I love it.
And then you think, okay, once again, hello? Yeah, I'm still on. I bumped the cord. And then you think, okay, no, Ellie sits there in the water and watches Abby drive away.
Yeah.
Which pissed a lot of people off apparently, but I wanted Abby to get away.
I wanted someone to die. I didn't want it to be bloody 20 hours of gameplay for fucking nothing.
Nora got slaughtered.
I don't care how slaughtered Nora got. Like, come on.
No, I didn't mind. And Alice. Where's Alice's revenge?
Yeah, poor Alice. Jesus.
Fuck. And then you think it's done again. No. We're back to the farm. Her fingers are wiggling. They're all healed now. Aren't they? Oh, they got a bit of a stitch or something? Maybe?
Yeah, they're stitched up. They're purple on the ends, but
she's been treated.
It's just scarring.
Yeah. And she's walked. Do you control that part?
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, because I was trying to turn her around to look at her fingers more, but I couldn't get the angle right. And you walk into the house. And the house is
Emptied.
empty.
You're-
Except for the fridge.
Is it not?
I'm pretty sure the fridge is still there.
I walked up and first of all I tried to look to the left to see if the sheep were still there. But the barn door was closed.
Oh.
Which made me think they were sleeping in there. Maybe sleeping.
Those poor pricks. They're
Yeah.
still sleeping to this day.
Yeah, and then that is completely abandoned the house. Except for all your possessions are upstairs.
Mm.
Next to what?
Next to, so your art room next to a guitar. Which is a guitar that we didn't mention that Joel finds.
Oh yeah. Well, we talked about Take On Me. She played it
Yeah,
then.
okay, yeah. Joel finds a guitar at the beginning and gives it to Ellie, and then Ellie keeps it throughout the game. No,
Yes.
not throughout the game. Like,
There's a big moth on it.
yeah.
Symbolizes death.
Does it?
Butterflies are alive, moths are deaf.
That's why my chili plants are dead. Then, yeah, she tries to play a song. Goes terribly. There's another cutscene with her and Joel.
Yeah.
They talk some stuff out. And then she puts the guitar down and...
Because she can no longer play the guitar anymore because she's missing two of the guitar fingers.
Two of the awesome fingers.
And it's not on the strumming hand. It's on the hand that needs to be touching.
Yeah.
She might be able to play left-handed now. If she wants to learn
I
that.
mean, if she could just... I mean, she could play with the three... No, she couldn't. Was she... No, I don't know. I don't play guitar.
So what was your opinion on that?
So... I think I was just glad it was over.
Yeah.
But...
That part surprised me, that Santa Barbara. I did not expect any of that to be.
See, when it first went Seattle D1, I was like, are we going to a lot of places?
Yeah.
Is this what's going to go on? No, it didn't.
Did you stop playing after the farm and when you got to Santa Barbara? That's when I put it down again. I'm not playing that right now.
I played Farm, I did Santa Barbara, and then as soon as I got trapped. No, sorry, when I got trapped, when I got the new gun,
Yeah.
that's when I stopped.
Seemed like a whole bunch of shit was going to go on again.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
No, I
let's
agree.
slow down. So that ending then. You move back to Jackson, I guess, and you go find Dina. Have happy ever after?
This is the point someone made, because I thought, where does she go now? She doesn't need revenge. I'm assuming, obviously, Abby and Lev, I'm guessing they go off to join the Fireflies.
Yeah.
And the whole time I thought that Ellie was going to give herself up to Abby and say to use, with Mel, use me as the cure and just do it. But then it
Get it
defeats
done.
the point of the entire first game.
Yeah.
So I made a point that Ellie is all... her fingers stitched up and she's all been treated. And she doesn't act surprised when she goes to the farm and sees nothing there. She just looks at it. She's not yelling out for Dina or anything. She just walks in.
She just understands.
People think she's seen Dina. She got to Jackson, traded, all that, then went to the
already
farm.
before. Okay.
That's the theory.
Oh yeah.
But I reckon
it's
that's dumb. Why would she go to Jackson before she went and saw Dina?
But there's no way. No, she would not have lived with those fingers missing.
No. They were.
She would have.
Yeah.
That
They would have been
she
bleeding
would've-
out so
yeah.
much.
And then the infections, even if she did stop the bleeding,
Yeah.
and it'd be a mess.
Maybe those people in the prison will see her later and like, but you got bitten.
You got bit, and then they shoot her.
Yes. And then the Rattler people are back, but they're clickers now.
Yeah. So I did read one thing on the whole guitar bit with her leaving the guitar behind and stuff. Is her putting an end to the Joel saga.
Yeah.
Her being like, okay, this is done now.
Yeah.
And then she just leaves it. And I was like, okay, if you look at it that way, I like that.
Did you look at the
Idea.
journal throughout?
No,
I never did either.
only like half the time when it prompted
Yeah.
me, and I was like, okay, I'll have a quick look at it.
Because there's one part where
Okay.
she can never draw Joel's face right. She couldn't remember.
Oh
it
yeah,
properly.
I think that's when you wake up in the middle of the night and you go to have a look at it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if at the end she's drawn it correctly. But you don't get to play after the guitar scene.
No, you don't.
Like, just cuts off there.
So what did you think of it?
I liked it. I thought it was it went for too long, though.
It went for too long.
and it was the Abby portion that was very, very bloated. And the part where you catch up to Ellie once more as Abby, all that last part is depressing as fuck to me and was very hard to play that part. Because it's like depressed after... Well, the farm part's nice.
Yeah.
And then it gets... No, I do find the fight with Ellie depressing. All that part, I didn't want to fight Ellie. And then once again, it gets depressing when she leaves the farm. And so much. And then the fight with Abby, like, fuck. It makes me not want to play it again.
Makes you want to.
Not want to. It's such a head fuck.
Yeah. So when I was playing it, I felt that it was a lot of, like, I guess it's part of playing a game, but it's very go, stop. And then it was stopping for too long before go. Like, there's not enough for the way I play games. It's, I want to be constantly doing something, but you're making me slow down too much. I enjoyed the game at the end of it.
But there's a lot of chill out areas where they like look around, like the dinosaur part, and then they also had the aquarium the first time.
Yeah. The whole flashback things. It's like, I understand you have to do it. You build character building and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, it's doing nothing for me.
And also some of them, like, why didn't you get to play as Tommy when you got taught how to use a sniper? What was the point in learning to snipe that far if you never have to do that?
That is
why not
right.
be Tommy taking out people?
Yeah.
There's
That'd be something.
Different parts where a lot of that should push the plot forward. Something got... the only thing that got said there was that she wasn't talking to Joel. And finally that's where they have that flashback later where she finally forgives Joel.
At the very end.
Yeah. And that might relate to why she forgives Abby. And Joel's crying in that point as well, isn't he? He doesn't look at her, but he's clearly got something going on.
So a mate of mine had an idea of what they could have done with the plot to make it more... To create Abby as a... Like you want revenge more.
Yeah.
Like, it was a thing where, say if you go out on a what do they call it?
Don't know.
At the beginning of the game, you go out, the two of you.
Yeah.
Ellie goes out on a patrol. There we go. That was a word. You go out on a patrol, then you find Abby, and then say you play the next 2-3 hours, Abby and Ellie figuring stuff out, becoming friends or something, and then you take them back, and then she finds out that it's Joel there. Then she kills Joel and bails. And then the game starts properly. Like, so it creates a bit of like, you don't know who she was.
Yes.
And then now she's done this. It's like, what the fuck has just happened?
She's infiltrated and you let her infiltrate the camp in a way. Because she could have been acting the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But like, even if she didn't know until she found out who Joel was, Joel was there. Which I reckon that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, not cool.
Would have been a good way to deal with it. Also, what if you didn't play as Abby, but you played as Owen? And Abby was just your side character. Do you reckon that would get less hate? Because you're not playing as the actual person that killed her? Or is it less effective?
I reckon it would have probably done pretty well if it was Owen, but say if they did less actual gameplay, more of like a cutscene sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like a interactive cinema, like, you know, where they walk around and they talk a bunch. Like if it was that sort of thing, I reckon it would have.
But I did appreciate the first time you played as Abby, not the flashback, but where you're walking around and you're seeing everyone is like a real person, like you did at Jackson. That was really effective to me, and I thought that was a really clever way to do that. But it gets to a point where it's like someone telling you off, and then you got the point, and they're still telling you off for it. They're like,
look what you
did.
did.
Yeah, well, he's a Christian, and he didn't want to kill anyone, and then they keep adding these extra layers. We get it. They're not. They shouldn't
had
be
a
that.
kid.
They shouldn't be that perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were too perfect in some ways.
There's that thing where you kill people. As Ellie, you kill people. They got Joan. Oh my god, they just killed Brett.
Yeah, it was.
It's like,
you killed Joel, fuckers.
Yeah. I got no remorse for this.
And I think they named the dogs. Or the dog. Also, if you kill the person, the dog is sad around the person's body.
Oh.
Yeah. But they're...
No, you don't get to talk about like being sad around dogs after you told me what you did. You want to tell everyone what you did?
The first time I saw the dogs, there was this one area and I wanted to nail the stealth, but this one dog was fucking it up. Like, got sticky bombs. Might as well put the sticky bomb on the other side of this crack. So when so I put it down, then I run away into the next area and you hear... And the guy's yelling out for the dog. It's fucked up.
That is muffed up.
But that was a way for me to kill the dog without being there.
Yeah.
The dog just happened to sniff a bomb.
I just put this down for anyone. The dog found it itself.
I didn't... It's that Simpson thing. I only be kicking my legs, and if you get in my way, it's your own fault. That was with the dog. That was the dog's own fault. I didn't tell him to sniff the bomb.
There actually was a point at that very last bit when after you get the new gun, where a dog charged me, and I got my bolt action rifle and I shot it. It's almost looked like its head peeled back. It was pretty violent. It was pretty violent. And I was like, why did they... Is this I worried about the research one person had to do to get that right as well. It scares me. Like a lot of the blood and that, what they had to look up to do that. I was going to ask what your favorite weapons were for both characters. I like the bow.
Did you like crossbow?
I mean, I didn't mind it. I didn't like the flamethrower.
Yeah.
I like the bolt action rifle. And I like not the revolver.
The pistol one? The hunting rifle.
Oh, I only used that like twice.
That is so strong.
When I
like
use
clickers, I think it's a one shot to the head.
Oh, Jesus.
But she has to reload it after.
It's a one shot.
Really cool though.
Yeah.
I liked the Ellie. I barely used the shotgun unless I was fighting the bloaters or the shamblers. What do we say? Were they shamblers?
Shamblers, I think, yeah.
And then the others, I tried to use the pistol and the silencer. I didn't really use Joel's pistol she grabbed. I only used the one you could put the silencer on. Yeah. And upgraded that one the most. Upgraded the bow because I enjoy using the bow always. It feels cool to use.
The bow is always wicked.
I barely used the sniper. There was only one point where these clickers and stuff were being annoying. I thought I'd just use the sniper. And then, shotties, I only used if it was those areas where they jam. There's no stealth. You're already caught. And you're just shooting at the people in that kind of area.
You're blowing pieces off people.
Yeah. So those parts were cool. And people react to where they're shot as well. Hit them in the leg, they'll limp and stuff.
Yeah.
All that was cool. About it for the weapons. And I love throwing a brick or a glass bottle and then just following it up with something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were my main takeaways.
I never once used the Molotov.
Oh yeah. Only once again the big people I used it because you can quickly throw it like you throw a glass bottle and just hits them, and the pipe bombs as well.
Yep.
Which Abby had. They're in like Bunnings. Like, hey, there's a few things that can make a pipe bomb.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
How do you know this?
Yeah. You think it's weird that Abby had to craft shivs?
Yeah, it really annoys me.
Yeah.
Where it's like, so Ellie can have this knife that's
just
never breaks.
Yeah.
And no one else in the world can find that sort of thing.
Yeah, and then you have to craft all these shivs.
Yeah.
Which some clickers need the shiv to be stealth killed. You can't even choke out a clicker or anything. Yeah. Oh, speaking of those ones that were attached to the wall constantly scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
There was that, I was telling you about that part where I had stealth assassined a clicker and taken something else out. Then I went to sneak up on the last dude and it jumped off the wall and grabbed me. And fuck, it scared me. There was a lot of jump scares that got me in this.
It was, they did those bits well.
The horror is good. I would just dial back on the actual people and the people in the areas where you get in. There's so many times you get into the area and they're like, oh, shh. And then people jump out of nowhere. They're like, they're around here.
Yeah, and then they give you, like, there was one point where you jump over. Yeah, you jump into a bit, and then it's like, hey, where are they? I've been heard they're around. They're looking for them.
They walk straight at you.
And they're walking at you. It's like, how do I get around it? I have to fight them. You're giving me no other option.
In the way, I feel like that's a way of the game like cheating. It's like, do you want me to stealth? They're walking straight. They do it in Abby's section where the train yard, and you're in the fin where the trains would normally drive in real life. Straight away, 2 of them start walking towards you. How am I supposed to deal with that?
Wait, oh no, that's one bit. Actually, yeah. So I fought, and then I hit again, and then
But I don't. To me, a lot of times when I start failing the stealth, I just stand there. They can either shoot me to death or the clickers can kill me.
Yeah.
And I redo it because that feels like a failure. If I'm caught and I have to hide again, in my mind, I failed.
Yeah.
I want to have
It's not
stealth.
the way it would be.
No. But there's such like unfair things where I have to do that. That part, like, they piss me off there. Some people are saying they spent too much time with the detail and the story and that, and they didn't add many new mechanics. You reckon?
Yeah, not really any.
Yeah.
Like the upgrades thing, like with the manuals.
Yeah.
That's it.
And some of the
much.
manuals did, like, there was a stealth manual, but it has some random shit in there. Then there was another one where you can craft more arrows.
More arrows and explosive arrows.
But yeah, and then I'm at the point where I don't want the explosive arrows. I know you have to equip them. I got very obsessed with the shotguns with it. They were fun.
I did not do a single upgrade on the shotgun.
They were sick when you get them rounds on it.
Yeah.
I get to the point I had too many like upgrade stuff I could do.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because I didn't know how long you had to play as Abby until I looked and I saw she had an upgrade thing. I just fucking upgrade Ellie's stealth to the max, and now I have to upgrade
do
you.
it for this chick too.
What? Why wouldn't you give me a nice thing where you give me my upgrades already? Give them to Abby. She's buffer.
Yeah.
She would probably.
Don't you think there's a thing where it's like she's the top killer of scars in this whole WLF, and you have to upgrade her.
Yeah. And also, maybe don't give her the stealth one, because I already did that. I know they renamed him, but give her brutal shit. Like, she's a full-on broad. Give her more, like, military stuff. Different things to take out people. Like, she should be able to grab 2 hostages, hold 2 guns against their heads, and then ready to shoot the next one.
They piss their pants in fear.
Yeah. All right, what would you rate the game overall? Have you thought about this?
I haven't really.
Yeah.
It's like, what would I rate it? I don't know. I'd rate it, play it. That's what I'd rate it. I don't know. I'd give it a 8.
Yeah, I would say 8 as well.
Yeah.
I would knock back a few of the mechanics, a few of the they tried to pad this out so much and they didn't need to. It was fine how it was.
Yeah.
I was even ready to end it when you go back to the after the Nora part where you go back. I was like, okay, you go out and kill Abby and that's it now. That's enough
That's
game.
what you're ready for.
There was 10 more hours at Abby.
I see, but if they did that, I think people would have got pissy because it's like
It's so basic.
I've paid, like, I've bought a retail game.
Yeah.
I'm paying for a single player experience, so they got to pack all that shit in. So it's like, but it almost feels they've just gone drag it out of it.
Yeah.
Drag it out. But
in some ways, they could have extended it by cutting Abby's time off and playing as the people that were attacking Abby, or that. So you have a part where you play as Jesse, because Jesse was an awesome character. The part where you play as Tommy sniping, cut it down. I know that's 2 extra people they now have to add in, but they're going to be more appreciated.
Yeah, you're already skipping through people, so you might as well fucking do it.
They also didn't hit Joel in the head with a golf club. It's like there's a difference. So yeah, right. 8 for sure.
8 for sure. Let us know what you think down in the comment section below.
Yeah, and tell us how wrong we are.
Don't tell me
and
how
we're
wrong I am.
shills.
Nah, but we enjoyed it, but they could have done things better.
Yes.
But
they needed to cut more.
Yeah. Let us know what you think, and bye.
Bye.